Welcome to Follow Everton.
How you doing, buddy? Give them all a laugh. Yeah, you're with the two technophobes.
Oh dear. We're back. How are you doing, the Robster?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Got to give ourselves a laugh off me because we've got a laugh off screen. Because by the time we start watching the Blues again tonight, I'm thinking, oh my god, and it's a nighttime game, mate. So is it? I'm not going to sleep again, or is it? I'm going to bed joyous. What's it going to be, Wes? What's it going to be, fellow Blues?
Mate, this is probably going to be a very, very hard game for Everton to get 3 points out of this game. These are unbeaten at home, and we've got a good connection with Sunderland. Obviously, through Jordan Pickford and little Bradley Lowry, but ultimately we wanted 3 points. But it's going to be very difficult. These are recruited very, very well. There's a surprise package. There's always usually one every season, isn't he? Most seasons there's a surprise package that comes up from the Championship and wins a few games, gets themselves up the league a bit, and then maybe drops off a bit. I can see Sunderland possibly finishing the mid-table, Rob.
Yeah, I like me little facts and figures and whatever. The difference between them and us, mate, first of all, they're playing better football than us. But 2 more wins, puts them 7th. But they could be 5th because it's the goal difference. Whereas we're 4 points off the bottom 3. They're only a couple of points off a Champions League place as it stands at the moment. So those 2 extra wins don't half make a difference, but it's not just the wins. They're actually exciting. The fans are excited. They're playing good football. And as we said before the stream, but Isidore, whatever you want to call him, £5 million. And I say he's the top scorer. He's scored 4 goals, which sounds a lot, doesn't it? But it is when you compare them to our strikers.
Yeah, well, we haven't scored 4 between the two of them. Do you know what I mean? They scored 4 in 9. You know what I mean? So
we're on 1, aren't we? Our strikers.
What?
Our top striker has got 1 goal, hasn't he?
1 goal.
I'm not talking about Ndai, by the way. I'm not talking about Ndai. I'm talking about the number 9s now.
Yeah, no, I think Beto's got 1 goal. Which did that come in the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, so he hasn't scored in the Premier League, has he?
Not as far as I know.
I mean, he almost had that one against Crystal Palace. Thankfully, Jack Grealish was there to finish it off.
Yeah, and then the manager come out and ripped the back out of him, saying he should have scored it. I don't suppose that does any favours, does it?
No, I think he's took a little bit of flack. I think he's taken a bit of flack. Now, again, I said it against Tottenham, mate. Is it confidence? Is it the supply chain, or is it that he's not good enough? Because we want to support him, don't we? We want to get behind him. You know, you get loads of flack, don't you? Get behind your team no matter what. Hey, we're behind the team. We're just discussing the facts and the figures here.
Yeah, I think he's just it could have be a bit of everything, Rob. I think his confidence is probably low. He's getting a bit of flack from the fans. He might not be good enough to play in this league. But like you said, you've got to try and stick with him.
Hold it there. When Moisey came in at the end of last season, he was banging him in for fun money. So
he scored.
That's what we can't understand. What's gone wrong? Is it the dynamics of the team?
No idea. I think
let's have a little chat about the team.
Change the way you play it. you know, you might be changed the way you're playing because you brought Jack Grealish into the team, and you've obviously brought Kieran Dewsbury-Hall into the team. You put Njai out on the right, where maybe he was used to Njai playing on the left. Who knows? Just it might be a multitude of things.
Well, the sad part of it is he's dropped for the starting lineup tonight because our project, Tierno Barry, yes, Everton's £27 million project, is starting as the lead man up front this evening.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, Blues? Hey, Wes, the numbers are going up here, mate. Where are you watching from? Who's the furthest afield? There's a little competition behind the scene there.
So the thing is that we've got no pace in the team. With Barry playing up front, you know, he's got no pace. He runs like he runs in custard. But
right, hold it there. Wes, hold it there. So the scouts, Moisey must have had a look at him, or because he wouldn't have just bought him, would he, on the say-so of someone else? France. Anyone further away than France? And don't say Crocky or Norris Green either. So the scouting network has looked at him probably more than once. Now, even Wes and I, sitting in the stands, would know that if you're a snail, we're going, yeah, he's got a nice little touch there, like, but he can't run. How the hell can he be a striker, mate, and he can't run?
Well, Moyes has just been on there bigging him up, saying he scored 12 goals or whatever it was in La Liga last season, and he played for the under-21s in the World Cup or the Euros or whatever it was. And you're like, Premier League's a different ball game. Like, we've seen plenty of players that have been playing well in the leagues, you know, across Europe, and come into the Premier League and struggled. You know, there's one over the park at the minute, Wirtz, absolutely struggling like nobody's business, and it's great to see. But you know, he was on fire in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah, your sentiment is, I'm sure, goes to everyone on that one when you say 127 million and you're thinking, yeah, is another judge. I mean, the other fellow, Nunez, he was a judge, wasn't he? They cost 80 million, but it's like, I know we're talking about the opposition here, like, but we're kind of trying to tell a bit of a story about our own, because we want our own to come good, but what we don't want is someone that was bought for the start of the season and now they're talking about it as a project, because we really can't be affording to have a number 9 striker as a project.
No, you can't. But there's a lot from the Caribbean here, from Grenada. There's a lot of negative comments on here towards Moyes. You know, Tazzel there getting fed up of him picking the same team. But I like probably a lot of Evertonians would have liked to see him playing James Garner at right back, and maybe, you know, the lesser spotted Tyler Diblin come in on the right wing, maybe shift Grealish into the middle, put Njai back on the left, and have your opposition guessing of what you're going to do. You know, because at the moment, like we said off camera, it's too predictable, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, it's super. If you were the data analyst for Sunderland or any other team, what we're saying is we don't think it would take as long to look at the Everton footage as it would do other teams. So they like to see Crystal Palace. We're talking about other teams. We're talking about the Premier League. We're talking about Everton as well. But the likes, if you're a Crystal Palace fan, a Bournemouth fan, a Sunderland fan, do you know what? You must be enjoying your football, because they're going away from home and they're having a go. We kind of go away from home and we forget to get off the coach. Our first halves this season have been like shocking. Absolutely. Yeah. Like worse than pre-season. Where's worse than pre-season? Where's that drive? Where's that enthusiasm? Where's that buzz? Where's that? These are multi-millionaire players. So is it the system? Is it Moisey's system? I can't. I'm at loggerheads. I'm having sleepless nights here, and I'm thinking, when you're coming on a stream and you're trying to be nice and you're trying to be happy, and I'm sure everyone else is the same. It's hard and it's tough because at the moment I don't want to use the word Sierra Hotel India Tango, but we're not very good at the moment.
No, we're not. But you look at the two teams now in the recruitment. That's Sunderland just come up from the Championship, right? And their recruitment coming up from the Championship. Yet they had that Isidore on loan last season from Zenit St. Petersburg with an option to buy for $5 million, Rob, and he scored 4 goals in nine games. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Adingra, who cost them 21 million from Brighton. Do you know what I mean? And then you look at the absolute dross and the amount of money that we've spent on players to not be much better than like we've got, better players now, the likes of Grealish and Dewsbury Hall and Njai and stuff like that. But we haven't injected any pace into it. Their biggest outlay, Sunderland, was 30 million for Diallo or someone like that, right? Ours was 42 million for a player that we haven't even hardly seen. Inside
we've got form for that, Wes. We've got form for that, though, haven't we? We've got form for buying players, and then
do that, Rob. We cannot afford to go out and spend 35, 40 million on a kid, and then have him sitting on the bench. Like, if you're going to do that, go and buy somebody who's established already. Like, yeah, in 5-6 years time, whatever, when he's getting regular game time, he might be a superstar. But there's a big word in there called might.
Yeah. See, straight away the pressure's on Tyler Dibbling, isn't it? For when he does come back, if he does come on, he's only got to lose the ball a couple of times. He's chasing it, and then his head lost because he's not number one, is he? He was the number one player down there at Southampton. He's wanted to come up to Everton, and it's just, I say it hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out because he's not playing, so it hasn't worked out, has it? So is that because he doesn't fit the system? Because Moisey must have said to him, I'm looking at playing yet, and his agents, because he's come up here now, he's sitting on the bench, and he must be thinking, what's all that about?
Well, when we'll see him when the AFCON kicks off, and then Jai goes to the AFCON. That's when we'll see Tyler Dibbling.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Daniel's got a point here. He says, worrying that you can have mediocre performances and still start week in, week out in this team. No one fears for the place at all. That's because we've got no strength. We've got no strength in depth.
Yeah. Good point, Daniel. Nothing sure. I mean, I know some people will probably say tonight, I'll take a point. All right, if you got a point, you just go, yeah, we got a point. But we're looking. If you look at the fixture list coming up there, it's a cruel place to be in the Premier League when he's struggling.
100%.
Alcaraz the team, yeah. I love that. I think, Mr. Blue Skies.
I think you've got to think to yourself, if he played Garnett right back here to slot Alcaraz into that team.
Yeah.
But he just wants to continue playing the same formation, same starting 11, just switching the strikers backwards and forwards. And you're like, well, that's
his rotation.
It's not really giving the opposition something to think about, is it?
No. So we're having a lottery. We're having a bit of a lottery tonight. Unless Barry has a worldie and then we all look like we're egg on our face. And you know what? Love it to happen. I would love egg on my face. I'll crack a few eggs on my head tonight. Not a problem if he has a worldie. But we're just saying, when's he going to change things around? Probably the 65th minute and Better will come on. And then maybe. But we're just hoping, and we're just saying maybe this might happen, and we're hoping that it might happen and whatever. Something's not right, okay? Something's not right behind the scenes. It's not, whether it's the formation, whether it's the dynamics of the team, but I'm not seeing them going out and sweating for that blue shirt and Nissi Optimum. I'm just not getting it at the moment, and we're just back in the rut again. Wes, aren't we?
Yeah, same old, and like I say, I don't know how you go from Moyes coming in and the team creating chances and scoring goals to being back in the same boat before Moyes came in.
Baffling. I'm literally, honestly, I've been building an extension at my daughter's house like since April, and I'm doing brickwork, and I'm doing the roof, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff, and it's on the back of my mind, and I can't fathom out, and it's looking like Moyes is exactly the same. I cannot fathom out what has kind of gone wrong, because when we got a little bit of luck against Crystal Palace, and it was luck because they should have been 3-0 up, and we beat them 3-2.
Yeah.
And Beto should have scored that goal, but he didn't. But then Jack Grealish was there, and great. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, mate, but after that, it's just gone flat.
Yeah, it has gone flat, and I don't know what the solution is. We know, like people are saying here, bring in KDH as number 6 and Alcaraz as number 10. Personally, for me, I'd put Grealish through the middle all day long and play him as the number 10, and then and Jai back out on the left. Play him alongside, play Dewsbury all as the number 6, Jack as the number 10, Garner at right back, and maybe put Ziblin out on the right. I don't know. Like, Alcaraz not going to be much cop out on the right.
On his pre-match, was that Friday his pre-match, because it was that long ago, because obviously with a Monday game, he actually mentioned, didn't he, about looking at other options.
Yeah.
But he didn't say what.
But he hasn't looked at any other options. He's gone with the same team. Apart from swapping the striker again.
So they must have. Okay, so because obviously Dyche Ball's gone now, hasn't he? And we were saying exactly the same when he was here, weren't we? The fact that why doesn't he change this and wasn't he change that? So you must have your favourites, mustn't you?
Sean Dyche definitely did. He played Michael Keane for God knows how long, and that's not me slagging Michael Keane off, because I think he's been tremendous this season. But under Dyche, he was fucking absolutely dog shit. So, but he kept playing him. Do you
think we're missing Branthwaite, mate? Do you think we're missing Branthwaite? Because Turkey's not been 100% this season, has he? I don't know if he's still struggling after the injury he got.
Yeah, because he's a naturally left-footed centre half, isn't he? Whereas I don't, as far as I'm aware, Michael Keane's not. Michael Keane's right-footed. But like I say, that's not me slagging Michael Keane off, because I think he's been great this season for us. Probably, our best defender, to be perfectly honest. Maybe it's worth going with him up front and putting James Garner at right back and put Jake O'Brien at centre half.
So let's talk about the Jake O'Brien now. Jake O'Brien, he's doing his best. He's a big unit, isn't he? It does make me wonder why he hasn't switched him to the centre half position. But is that because he's down on numbers again?
I don't think it's because Keane's played well, but realistically, Everton have probably got the 2 worst fullbacks in the league. Haven't he? Like, you got a right back who's not a right back. You got a left back who's scared to go forward, and then doesn't know, when he does go forward, he doesn't know what to do with it and passes it back, or he starts flapping looking for Jack Grealish. Occasionally he'll put a ball into the box.
It's a bit bizarre, that, isn't it? Because they're being coached week after week after week at Finch Farm, aren't they? You think that he would have sort of got it by now?
Yeah, well, probably they're not the sharpest tools in the box, are you know what I mean? So it's like you can drill and drill and drill and drill, but if people don't get the basics, then you're struggling, aren't you?
And that's a big word, but it's quite that for Everton, that's struggling. Thanks for watching, everyone. Let's just keep going up and up and up. Wes? Our numbers are going up and up and up there, mate. So they're kind of probably thinking, yeah, the two Al fellas sitting at home talking about the Blues with the Everton tops on.
There are Everton tops on. But people on here mentioning Mayor Rowe, we're not likely to see him a lot either. Do you know what I mean? I know
is he not ready
and stuff, but it's like
is he not ready?
He's not ready. He is not
and
ready.
Is Asnu another project, or is he not ready?
He's probably another project, yeah. But he'll be one of them that we'll probably never see. We'll never ever know if he was any better than Michalenko.
Yeah, he'll go out. He'll go in January. He'll go out. So, buddy, the first time we played Sunderland, some facts and figures, we'll have a little bit of a laugh here. The first time we played them was 1890 up in the northeast. And the score on that day was Sunderland 1, Everton 0. 1890. But then, buddy, I remember going to these two games, 2007, when Everton beat Sunderland 7-1. Yakubu scored 2, Tim Cahill scored 2, Pina, Andy Johnson, and Liam Osman. Cracking game, that one. In 2015, mate, we beat them 6-2 with Aruna Kone scoring a hat-trick. Just want to see them days back, don't we? You want to see them days when you turn up and go bang, have it.
They must have been really bad then for that. What's name? Kone to score a hat-trick.
Yeah, Kone, Delafeu, Lukaku, and an own goal that day. And that was 2015, but the last time we played them, I think, was 2016. We beat them up there on their final season before he went down. We beat them 3-0, and we beat them 2-0 at home. And then they were down until the present time. Probably get their own back on us tonight, won't they?
Yeah.
I like that, mate. And it took us, after we got beat in 1890, mate, it took us another 3 years before we beat them, 1893. Sad bastard, aren't I? So we played them 184 times, friends. We've won 83 games, and Sunderland have won 71 with 30 draws. So we've got the upper hand on them. But have we got the upper hand on them tonight when it counts? That's the big one.
And we've got the mutual hate of the Newcastle as well. So
yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a love-in tonight because it's not very often, is it, where you've got the away fans where you'd almost like you could sit next to them side by side and just have a laugh, you know. And if you could have a beer, you'd have a beer with them, wouldn't you? Because even if you go on holiday and you meet someone Sunderland fans, you've kind of got a little bit of there's just something there. It's like a bit of a marriage, mate.
Yeah, I think, like I say, it goes back to the obviously Jordan Pickford and the Bradley Lowry thing, and the fact that for some strange reason Newcastle started a rivalry with us. No idea why,
weird.
But
weird that one.
I've never liked Newcastle anyway. I think they're a small club in a one club team in one club city. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So there you go. Have it. What's the puncher saying there, friend?
Tazzel's saying he had a chance to go to the games tonight. He lived local, but he declined the tickets as a new Moyes will pick the same board on 11. I'm sure he's just come back from Saudi as well, Tazzle, haven't you, mate? Coming back from the northeast.
That says quite a lot, that though, doesn't it? You could have had a ticket and you go, I'll swerve it. But I mean, have you swerved it because you wanted to see Wez and I, or have you swerved it because you just couldn't be asked?
I think the fans are getting bored. I think that they're not bringing any excitement to the party to get you off your seat, and we've sort of stepped back into that. Oh, this again. Do you know what I mean? It's not as bad as Dyche. I'll give Moyes that. It's not as bad as Dyche, but it's starting to get that way.
It's ultimately, yeah. I mean, the fans go to the game, don't they, to get off your seat and be excited and whatever. But like, what's sadly lacking with the Blues again is our end product, because the game ultimately is about scoring goals, isn't it? And so far this season, Everton have only scored 9 goals. We played 9 games. We've scored 9 goals, but we've let 12 in. So that puts us in the minus capacity already. So we're -3.
Yeah.
On the other hand, by the way, Sunderland, they've only scored 11, mate.
Yeah, but
only scored 11.
They went away last week and beat Chelsea, didn't they?
Yeah.
No easy feat that. So Tazzle's from South Shields. I've got a strong connection with Sunderland myself. I lived up there for 7 years. I've got a son who's at Mackham. I used to go to the Sunderland games myself. Great part of the world, South Shields. I used to go down to the fish market on South Shields as well, on the Fish Quay. Get me fish cakes from there.
It is a nice part of the world to stay. I used to stay up there when he used to do the Everton games, and right by the North Sea there, and it was like you just have a cracking night out. I mean, I was in the bar that night, and I was approached by a lovely looking female, and she said, "Why, I'm on the. Are you up here for the game?" Like, and I said, "I am actually, yeah." She said, "And have you got any protection?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've got my mate here. I look after him. He looks after me." And she was looking for sex, mate, because she went, "Well, I'm not talking about that kind of protection. I'm talking about like a condom." I went, "Well, what would I want one of them for?" So, hey, they're not shy.
They're certainly not
Boys,
shy. Mate, he's got a year left after the season, hasn't he? But I'd be inclined to agree with Roy. Is that if things aren't looking like they're improving under Moyes this season, they might just pay him off with 1 year left on his deal and say thanks for your efforts and see you later.
Yeah, I mean that's probably. I mean, we could have a midweek blues talking about that, like, couldn't we? Because I wasn't, when I came on tonight, I wasn't even thinking. I didn't realise that we were going to get so many comments about change the manager. It's kind of like threw me a bit. I was thinking more about, but then is he responsible for the end product not happening?
Well, yeah,
Were you there for that?
Daniel's wants some photographic evidence, so it didn't happen, Rob.
Never happened, man.
Definitely put a smile
I tell you why,
Daniel.
I tell you why it never happened, man. Because I didn't have any protection, the proper one she wanted.
Yeah, Roker Park
Could have knocked me over the feather. So, friends, Roker Park was free. Yeah. Roker Park. Whoa, I was up there in the 70s. Oh, God, was it cold? Yeah. But it must just be the northeast, because it was exactly the same at Middlesbrough and Newcastle as well. It was almost like, even if you had 2 layers on, it just like wasn't enough. And then you still see fellas coming down the corner in a t-shirt. What's all that about?
Well, they made us stay and stuff up there, mate.
Absolutely. So, score-wise, mate, what are you thinking? What's the Blue fans? What's our viewers thinking of the scores tonight? I mean, to say me heart and me head are divided. Wes,
I'm gonna go.
Go on. Got to be honest. Haven't we? Because we're Blue, we've got to be honest.
2-1 defeat.
2-0.
Yeah, being realistic.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking, Blues? Are you thinking we're going to win? Are you thinking we're going to draw? Or are you thinking
the thing is
we're going to get beat?
The thing
Wes, that's the first time,
right? Is that I think a lot of Everton fans. Are we on a delay here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a lot of Everton fans beginning of this season, right? A lot of Everton fans at the beginning of this season was going to be looking at games like this for 3 points. Beginning of the season, you're going to be looking at your Leeds games, which we lost. We're going to look at your Burnley games and the 3 teams that came up. We'll be looking at them for 3 points in each game. But it's switched around now. Sunderland would be looking for 3 points today, 100%. They're going in as favourites.
Yeah. What's our punters thinking, mate? Because those are we going for a 0-0, Mr. Blue Skies? Put a few up, friend. Because I'm quite intrigued as to we can nick it 1-0 if we're a positive. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but that's a big if. That's a big if.
That's a capital if.
They played 4, 1, 3, drawn 1. Jared Monaghan, he said he thinks we lose. Mark Foster, he went to Newcastle January 1st, 1986, 2-2 draw, and they can miss clean through near the ends. What's your prediction though, Mark? We need is it no gas pipe, is it? We need gas pipe on here to turn on and give us a 15-0 or something.
Yeah, what Wez and I are doing, this is the first time we've done it, Wez. We're going for reverse psychology, aren't we? What we're saying is we think we're going to get beat, and we've both never said that before. This is the first time we've been doing the streams on hoping and praying that the Blues turn it round, and then tomorrow morning everyone's going, crisis? What crisis?
No, I'm not right. There's no reverse psychology with me, mate. I'm straight down the line. We're getting beat tonight, mates. Sorry.
I mean, who's on the post match? There's no watch along tonight, by the way. Unfortunately, our friend Chrissy Wright, you'll be at work.
I'm not asked.
Who's on the post match, mate? You know?
No, not asked. I'll be going to bed as soon as the final whistle goes.
Oh, as soon as the final whistle goes, yeah. Plus 10.
I was up at 2:30 this morning, so I think I've deserved a little early kip.
Yeah, you're looking well. You're looking well.
I made Chris. He reckons you reversed it. Well, he's not reckons. He knows you reversed didn't work last week.
Totally agree. Crisis. Absolutely. We've got some issues, Aussie Chris. We've got some issues, mate. We know that. In the past, Wez and I have tried to gloss over them, and we've decided that we're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to be dead straight down the line because I'm sick of defending them. Absolutely sick and tired. I'll be that honest with you, Wez, and the rest of the fellow fans. I'm sure, like everyone else is pissed off out there. I could walk away from these streams and live happily ever after.
Yeah,
because it's like
that was one of the reasons why we did leave in the first place, because it was messing around with our mental health. You know what I mean? Not saying it was all the reasons. Yeah. It was one of them.
Yeah, it's so all we want. Go on, mate.
Have a good one, Sazzle.
Look after yourself, friends. Look after yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, buddy, I'm impressed with the numbers tonight. So there's must be the weather. Few people having a cup of tea and a few beers and listening to the 2 hour farts, and then they're going to watch the game, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, Mark's going for a 1-1 draw. Peter Ryan saying Defo walk of shame coming off the park tonight. Yeah, I can't see anything else other than a Sunderland win. I really can't.
But if you remember, mate, a couple of seasons ago, when we were in a little bit of a crisis and we were thinking, oh my God, and we did the Brighton, Everton were away at Brighton, and we were doing the stream going, I can't see it at all. And then they beat them 5-1 on their own ground, didn't they? And it's one of them nights when you go...
They played right into our hands that day because we just counter-attacked them. Every time they went forward, we just counter-attacked them.
So have we got the counter-attack tonight with you saying that our strikers got the pace of a snail?
Well, we've got no pace to counter attack. You know, the only player that's got a bit of pace in the team is NGI. He can't do it all by himself.
Yeah. So are you saying who's going to score tonight for the Blues? Wes?
For that, if we get beat 2-1.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd say around and was going to normally put a bet on Jake O'Brien to score the first goal, and I messaged Ozzy Chris, didn't I, saying, "Oh, I usually put him on. He scored, but obviously it was disallowed." So I'm going to go with Jake O'Brien.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even think he's going to score.
He gets himself in the box, and he's a big strapping lad. Peter's saying, can't see us winning the trophy ever again if no owners are prepared to make important fundamental changes.
Peter, all I'm going to say to that is, mate, you've probably got more chance in your lifetime of Everton winning the trophy than Wes and I.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, James, just mate,
James Graham,
you've got a laugh.
James Graham.
Is that 3-0?
Is that the James ex-rugby player? James Graham used to play for Saints.
Yeah, he's got 3-0 there. So is he going for Sunderland 3-0 or Everton 3-0?
Well, if he's got the FC, well, he is. I don't know. What did you think about that? What did you think about that rugby game at the weekend, Rob?
Mate, I was working, so I didn't. I was aware of it, but I was like it just went right over my head. Rugby. I do watch rugby union when it's on the telly, though, I've got to say. But I guess it's nice for the Hill Dickinson Stadium to be getting. That was the first of many big events to come in the future.
Apparently they make something like 2.5 million. That was just off selling donuts.
So does that mean we're going to buy a donut?
You fucking got. You're paying remortgage your house to buy a donut.
Yeah, we're going to buy a donut in January, and he's going to play left back or right back. Fat Larry from the Lobster. No, mate, the deal's done. Fat Larry from the Lobster, packing a Varabo and a can of Coke, and he's on his way.
Listen, we've got the optimistic Aussie Chris. We get surprise wins from time to time. Yeah, we do. And when it comes, it is a massive surprise, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. Aussie Chris, I can't remember the last time.
They only sold 4 donuts.
We want a donut. We want a donut. Yeah. Oh, boy.
We only sold 4 donuts.
I love the humour, mate. Love the humour. Was that a sellout then at the weekend?
Yeah. Like, they looked like there was more people in there than what there is in an Everton game, to be fair. There's always seems to be big gaps in the seats when Everton have been playing, but
it's corporate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen the prices for the corporate, and you basically they buy the packages up front, but you've got to be doing well to sell your packages for the corporate. And as we're not, people are going and swerving it. So that's why Everton have still got the money, because the companies have still bought them up front.
Yeah. Well, James is echoing everybody else's thoughts. We just want to see something different. Well, when you see, you see, but the team comes out and it's the same, and you just think, like, do something different, like make your opposition guess what you're gonna do. Do you know what I mean? Even if he just does it for the one game. Do you know what I mean? Even if he just does it for the one game and then goes back to the next game, just keep them guessing.
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know, the more established managers like I say like Moisey, he's got a system and they just can't divert from it, can he? And he's got his players, and they can play just average or below average. And as we've already discussed tonight, they know they're playing in the next game because there's no one there to come in and play for them. There are other players there, but he just won't change the formation.
No, but I don't know why. Because I know we can all sit here and pretend that we're football managers and all that. But for me, it's like it's a no-brainer if you want to keep other teams guessing of what you're going to do week in, week out, right? If you switch to like a Grealish to the middle and playing with KDH and putting Jai on the left and maybe dribbling out on the right or whatever, or just
like
chop and change your team, or just chop and change your team.
Yeah,
just don't stop playing the same team week in, week out because it's too predictable.
If this continues, Wes, I'll forecast now that in a fortnight we're in the bottom 3.
Yeah, well, we're getting sucked into it.
Well, we're only 4 points. 4 points off Forest now.
And at the beginning of the season, we was all like, yeah, we're going to be sound this season. And now it's all switched around and it's like squeaky bum time again, isn't it?
Yeah, we genuinely were, when we went out for a pint, we were talking about going on a European trip. Fucking European trip. Oh my God. Gotta laugh, mate. Gotta laugh.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we best end it there, mate, and let people to go and get a brew or a beer.
Yeah, we'll end it on a happy note, eh? So yeah, I say up the Blues. It's like up the Blues. You never know. You never know. It could happen. So love you all, and I'll speak to you soon, Wes. I'm literally gonna do some stuff now for me little job. So I'll speak to you soon, and all the best, Blues. Have a good evening.
Take it easy, Blues.